positive for a month, and I think that's because my tacrolimus levels were so high. So it I think overall it wouldn't have been horrible, because I've had the flu, and the flu to me was worse. Um, so, but not to say COVID wasn't bad, but I would have to still say, and I also have gotten another virus too that's a little rare, and I think that one was the worst too.
Hmm. Yeah, our illness is really complex. When you have COVID-19, especially our medications, it really interacts with other medications that's outside our, our the doctor provide us with. So yeah, it's really hard for us. I want people to know that they have to be careful of their, their kidneys and what they put their bodies, what they consume. So yeah, I think being plant-based diet, I think it's really would really help us to, I think it's kind of like a protection. So yeah, and your
Yeah,
experience too is a bit hard. When I had COVID-19 too, is a hard. It's hard to breathe. It's everything. Plus, especially when our nutrients in our body, our vitamins or calcium, if it's imbalances, it's really hard for us to cope with it. And so my next
yeah,
question is, any advice to people that are, that are trying to experience this too, that, for other people that they had, when they went to hospital and they heard their doctor that they have to take, they have to undergo the dialysis. What can you say, give advice for people that are like that have chronic kidney disease too, that they just heard from their doctor? Can you give them any advice to get, so like empowering message
yeah.
to them?
So it's going to be hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard, and everybody has something hard and difficult in their life to go through, and this is just something that was chosen, or something that we have to go through. So I try to make the best of it, and I try to inspire others through advocacy and teach them about all of the things that I have learned over the years. And I think coming together as a community is really important to share our stories. And it's okay to cry, and it's okay to laugh about it. It's okay to journal, anything. It's going to be hard. There's going to be pain, but it's worth it, because when you get through the other side, like how I picture myself every day is sitting in a little boat in the ocean. And some days it is crazy, and some days it's just nice and smooth. And you just have to ride it out. There's no sense in trying to escape that boat, and drown.
Mm-hmm.
You just sit there and let it go, and be your own advocate, and learn as much as you possibly can about your disease, about
Very
your
important.
treatment options. Join support groups, and not necessarily for if you're not comfortable sharing. Join it to learn from other people. And, I'm part of transplantlife.com. I'm one of the community managers with them. And, we have the support groups there. I write content for them. So I do the blogs. Um, Check out my blog. I have a couple of them coming out, new ones. And, but yeah, so I think joining groups with like-minded people is really important to help you get through the process. And it's not always going to be hard.
Yeah, what you said is really right. I think it can really help people. When I started, I'm also having time understanding my illness and what things, that I can do to help myself. And yeah, I was about to ask you about TransLife. Can you tell me more about TransLife so that people could know when they're watching this, and they could go to TransLife and they could help themselves with the information?
Yeah, so it's Transplant Life. Life is LYFE.com. And it is a platform for transplants or pre-transplants, and also caregivers. donors, recipients. It's for everybody. We have webinars. We have the blogs. We have a lot of education. We have health tracker on there. It's really great because it's also it's worldwide. So you can connect with people. You can type in the search bar and type in kidney and find other people that have exactly in your stage of the transplant. They could be, you can type in pre-transplant, you can type in long-term management, and you can connect with anyone one-on-one. It's all moderated, and it's a nice group of people that you can learn from.
Yes, and also when I went there and tried to look on Trans Life, there's a lot of information out there that you can help yourself with. Just got to do your own research there, and it's really helpful. And also, um, so I think we've we've talked a lot about your life and your stories, and it's very inspiring. I think my last question would be, if you're given a chance to give an advice to your 16-year-old self before you had this illness, or even just a message, what would you say to yourself?
Mm, I would say probably the most important thing is stay inspired, be your own advocate. Your doctors aren't magicians, and they're not going to know how to help you unless you're honest with them, honest with yourself, and it's all up to you. It's not, it's up to you to take care of your health. It's up to you to drink the water. It's up to you to go to your treatments, um, and um, just smile and laugh, and you know, and don't let it define who you are. It's just part of who you are.
'Cause yeah, that's when I was 15 years old, like I just a normal kid in high school, having
Mhm.
fun. Then, bam, life hits you. The doctor said that you have chronic kidney disease. At first, we thought it was just UTI, but it's actually much bigger problem than that. So, yeah, I think we really need to encourage other people, especially now that more and more young people is getting illness like this. Such a young age, even in the hospital, you see having a lot of problems with kidneys. I think it also contributes of what we eat nowadays, the access. So we have a lot of foods that are not really helping us to keep our body healthy. And yeah,
Right.
so thank you so
And
much.
it does
Okay.
also, a good tip is, the salt, lower your salt intake. And if you
Mhm.
don't have access to fresh vegetables and fruit and you only have canned, just rinse it off,
Mhm.
like, because they're usually preserved with sodium. So, rinse them all off. It's not going to hurt anything. It'll actually help you if that's what you have access to.
Yeah, sodium is a big contributor in kidney disease, and also um nutrients. That's something to look at when you're chronic kidney disease. So I think we're almost, I think, time. I don't know, but thank you for this interview. I really appreciate
You're
you.
welcome.
You inspired me. Thank you so much for this interview. Yeah. Have you have anything to say before this interview ends?
No, thank you for inviting me, and let me know if you need anything else.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So I think I'm gonna end this. Thank you so much. It's a great opportunity to see you from other part of the world. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're
Bye.
welcome. Bye.